What's up, everybody? We're at Oktoberfest here at A.W. Meyer. This is their 36th year. It's 2019, in case you're wondering. We're here in the Milwaukee booth. We're going to be taking a look at some solutions for the electrical contractors with Jose. Thank you, Jose. We appreciate it. What do we have?
Once you knock out a hole, right, the guys will have to unthread all the way through.
Yeah.
So what we ended up doing is usually when you do your holes, you already have the crosshairs in. We ended up not even leave the lug in there, quarter turn, and you're out. So you can now pop, go, and you don't have to thread the entire length, you know what I mean?
Because the previous 12 seconds was too long.
Because labor hours are expensive.
So how long will it take this force logic
to cycle through?
To cycle through and cut us our hole?
Well, the best way is to test it, right?
That would be the best way. That's why we're here. Whoops, sorry.
Set up on your crosshairs. Bring the 10-ton. The difference here from us and everyone else is that we do a two-piece setup, right? You only have two hands, so actually holding a pump under your hand and setting up on a crosshair.
Right.
Which knocking out holes is the most accurate thing you can do as an electrician. Because usually these boxes range from $200 to thousands of dollars, especially if they're stainless. So count it down, it's gonna cycle through.
Boom.
Right? So the big thing there is just being able to actually get your hole done. And usually the guys that are doing one hole have to do more than, they always have to do more than one. So instead of just coming it out, right, you would just leave it in there, quarter turn. And then just get onto your next hole. So that's the big thing. And then, I mean, you know, whatever pumps are out there, they're being serviced 2 to 3 times a year.
Right.
We give you 5 years off the back, no questions asked.
5 years, no service.
5 years, any service you're going to do on them.
So your tool's going to be in service longer, and while it's in service, you're going to be working faster. And if you like that, then smash the like button, get subscribed, and tap the bell. So you want to know why? Because we get awesome demonstrations.
The big thing too is, usually when you're actually looking at other punch and dies, you're buying a stainless set and you're buying a mild steel set. This is a mild steel box. We decided, forget all that, you know, let's make you buy one set. So we do hardened steel. And if you actually can bring your hand out and rub the top of that die,
okay,
you're gonna see that the crosshairs, which are actually giving you all the accuracy of the punch, are actually milled into the steel.
Sure.
So you're never gonna have an electrician with a squaring up on a die, trying to get the crosshairs again. So that's a big thing with the accuracy and, you know, productivity. So that's what we provide. And once again, now we have stripping, cutting, knocking out, and crimping on one battery platform.
That is awesome.
In the industry to say that.
So the strippers, they come in M18 and M12 flavors.
Yeah, M18 and M12.
Yo, can we check them out?
Yeah, of course.
So we got two flavors. We got 18 and 12 volt for the strippers.
So the two big things about the stripper is going to be, this is the M18, right? Is you're going to have no exposure to that blade. Stripping cable is an industry-wide with something that people do with, you know, flip knives, with any kind of open, exposed blade. And, you know, once again, guys getting hurt, workman's claims, stuff like that. And then it's just a controlled, accurate strip, which means that once you remove that sheath, you're gonna have a 90-degree on the sheath, so that when you bring that lug and that connector over to it, it's gonna be flush. A lot of times guys don't have that flush, and you have exposed conductor, which can lead to overheating and stuff like that. And then it's designed for compact spaces, right? So our friends, someone else in this industry, you know, we're not gonna say any name or colors, but they made a pistol grip, right? How efficient is a pistol grip if I'm doing work in a box that's already there, with wires already in there? It's hard, because at the end of the day, MCM, you look like a strong guy, right? Bend that in half for me. MCM is very, very, very rigid, right? And what ends up happening is if this is already in a box and I have to reach a pistol grip into that box, really doesn't work, right? So when I have the clearance of and the the clearance of just that small headspace, I can bend it out a little bit and I can get in there and I can get out. So the three main components we wanted to do is we wanted to keep it dyed, right? Because if you give guys a dye, they already actually recognize the color. And the beauty of it is that if you already crimped it and punched it, we actually made everything correspond by color code to the dye that you're going to crimp with, to the dye that you're going to strip with. Phenomenal. Why? Because one color, industry-wide, you get used to it, and now it becomes second-hand application, right? So we ended up doing 600 MCM copper for this demonstration. And the number one thing you do not want to do when you strip and wire is nick the conductor, right? Because if you nick the conductor, you get impurities, obviously, in the connection. And worst comes to worst, if you get a lug that's nicked, you got a big problem. So you're going to come over. You're going to initially just set your depth, right? We know a lot of lug manufacturers, Panduit, Thomas & Betts, Ilsco, they have different amount of crimps that have to be on that lug. So we're going to set this to 2 inches. It's very, very smooth, very simple. Try to set that at 2 inches, right? So you'll put it up to 2 inches, and then you'll take that quarter turn and push it up. Nope, the other way.
Of course.
You had it, right?
Perfect.
And you lock it in, right? So once you lock it in, you know you're going to be working with that grade of conductor and that grade of depth. You're going to come over to your sheath, right? You're going to line it up, and you're going to see that blade is never exposed, right? Which is huge, because it's the most scariest part of this tool. You're going to go around, and once it hits that depth, you're going to actually see that it spits it out, right?
Wow, look how fast.
So now you're looking at an application where someone was standing here with a knife, cutting away from them. Fatigue and all that kind of stuff contributes to those injuries. But you can see that if you look up at that, how flush that is. If I get a connector, that connector is going to sit close, and I'm not even going to have to heat shrink it. So it definitely provides you that capability, and it's really phenomenal too. I mean, we got it on the M18 platform, M12.
That's unbelievably fast and accurate. Look at that.
So clean, yeah.
That is perfect. Like you say, you never have to worry about nicking any of the conductors. Yep. It's pretty awesome.
And I mean, MCM is expensive. So.
You know why I picked this up, though? I wanted to see if I could bend it, actually.
Yeah.
No.
No, thank you guys for coming by, man.
We appreciate it.
There's a bunch of other stuff we got. Just keep on rolling around, man.
Thank you so much.
So you could extend from 48 to
I got you. You know what? I think we did a video on this. I don't have these, though, but I think we did a video on it. No, we definitely didn't see it in person.
Yeah, it's magnetic and all that. The big thing about this is guys think that it's not going to be accurate when you extend it. We actually got 2 interlocking I-beams in there.
That's the most bizarre thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, so they think that...
You're not putting it on top, you're not putting a 4-foot level on top of an 8-foot wooden 2x4.
They think that you're going to, get here.
Yo, let me ask you a question. This is the real thing, though.
Come here and come
How
here.
accurate do you need to be over this length that it won't be accurate enough?
You want to be accurate if you're running a counter or something.
I understand you do.
The guys are worried about the bowing in the middle. There's absolutely no bowing.
But you can see there's no bowing. That's what I mean. Guys, I think it's how much the cost on this?
How you like it? It's I want to say it's as half as your next top performing level that can do this.
But what I'm saying is, I feel like it's just an excuse. I feel like it's an excuse. Yeah. Oh, it's not going to be accurate. I just is disguised language for I don't feel like spending the money.
Well, I mean, you're investing in your performance of your tools and the performance of your company.
I agree.
You're as good as the work you do, and if you're accurate with your work, then...
I agree.
Definitely, man. What?
How do I end that, Nick?
Different sizes? We got a 24 to 36.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Where's that at? Not here?
48. No, what we actually do, have you seen the new digital ones, the new Milwaukee digital ones?
Not, I want to say not in person. I don't know how this is an expandable?
No, but that's a digital. That's a fully digital. So it'll open up, it'll start to initialize, it'll tell you when the level is ready.
We did a video on this, but we didn't do it in person. This is fully digital.
And the beauty of it is even when it's trying to catch a level, it'll always recalibrate itself, right? Because it has a gyroscope in there.
You know what's great about this? You do have what people would look traditionally at their bubble, right? But you also have a readout here on the top. Big, legible. I got to tell you, What's great about this level is we're getting older. I'm getting older. You're getting older. We're always getting older. And
Massive,
the readout is big and it's bright. So if your eyes are getting tired as time goes on, it doesn't mean that your career is going to get cut short, or you're going to, you're going to be able to see your level. Pretty awesome.
Everyone says, what's the power supply? Well, same exact thing you're using for your phone.
USB.
USB. Red lithium, actually, the same thing we have in our personal lighting and stuff like that. Phenomenal. You can remove the caps if you're going flush into a corner.
That's a big thing for me.
You're going flush into a corner.
Without the removable caps, I really bum out without the removable caps. Is that
And it's good. Actually, you know what? If you got some guys that are not as responsible as you're going to be with your tools, that you're allowing to use your tools.
Yes.
We sell the caps as a service part.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's one of the big things. Funny, we actually had it here, and you can see if there's a breach in the actual both ceilings, and it got wet all last night, man. I mean, you can see the brown patch there. We had them there. And I just opened it up, and I was like, and this is kind of funny. We don't test for water, but
yes,
nothing in there.
Is it not? So you're saying it was underwater all night?
Yeah, well, I think here in New York it was raining.
Yeah.
Since last night, and yeah.
But let me ask you, it's not. Wow, look at that.
But it's not inside.
So my question is, are the levels, do they have an IP rating?
Yes, our levels are IP54.
Oh, so they are
that's
54.
Intravenous penetration, 4 directions, 5 jets.
Wow.
So.
I gotta tell you, it reads quick.
So you can actually switch display modes as you're in there to lock in. So if you're trying to look within the 16th, within the 8th, you can actually lock in to say, hey, I'm trying to look within the 16th and 8th.
Really?
If it's not within that, it won't even read it.
Gotcha.
So if you're really trying to do something, you need to, running long lanes and stuff like that. Pretty cool tool, man.
Awesome. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Definitely, brother.
Video's over, but I know you want more. So this is how you're going to get it. First thing you need to do is pretend you're this guy, and you're here at the birthplace of freedom. Now ring that bell like it's 1776 and let all notifications through. What? You're not subscribed yet? Well, smash this button here. After that, watch this video here, and maybe over here. See you later.